Welcome to another Quarantine with Kristine couch concert. I'm so happy that you all are joining me tonight. Thank you so much for that. My special guest tonight is Mitch Gordon, which I'm super excited for you all to meet him and listen to some of his music. Now, if you haven't watched any of the previous episodes, I do have them on my YouTube channel, so just look for Kristine Wriding, and you can watch previous episodes of that. But we are doing this live tonight, which, like I said, I'm so excited. So once Mitch jumps on here, we'll get going with some music.
Bam!
Hey, there you are.
Should I turn it sideways?
Nope, with the way you had it was good.
Oh, perfect. Okay.
There we go. Yep. So can you see yourself all right?
I think so.
Awesome. Cool. Well, hey, I love it. You were you out hunting today or any?
Nope.
No.
The cabin right now. We were gonna plant some corn and beef for the deer, and I thought, I haven't worn 12, so probably.
There you go. Well, Kelsey says cool hat. I don't know if you can see that part with the comments. So you got some good comments so far.
Absolutely. Hang on. Hold on. Yeah. All right. Going up to the Friday night. Not normal.
I hear you. You're a little back and forth, but we'll see. Like it kind of jumps in and out, but we'll get it going and see. Maybe it will be all right.
Okay.
So cool. Well, since you're joining here on my channel, I know we have a mix of fans. Why don't you tell everybody a little bit about your music and who you are and all that good stuff?
Well, my name is Mitch Gordon. I come from Maple Lake. I play country west music, and man, I love country music, and I love real songs that tell a story. And we tour around a four-piece band in bars since I was about 18 years old. Man, it's just been a crazy ride. I can't believe it's led to where I get to meet cool people and cross paths with you. I don't know Paul hardly, and so I ask, but still people you meet, the story you tell, it's incredible. So I love writing the entertainment side of things, and I love as far as not just the guy that goes out and talks with his hands, and I don't know. That's the thing.
Awesome. Well, I hate to say this, but you might have to jump either inside or on your 4G because it's kind of cuts in and out a little bit. So I heard majority of it.
Okay. Let me try it one more time.
Okay. Cool. Well, would you mind starting us off with a song? Would you want to start with a song tonight, and we'll get going with some music and yeah.
What do you want me to sing right away?
Oh, it don't matter. Whatever you have planned is good for me.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Here's a. You want me to start out with an original or a cover song?
Whatever you'd like to do. I'm going to start with a cover, but if you want to start with an original, you're good to go.
You're going to start with a cover. I'm going to start with a cover. So.
Okay.
Songs. It's by Wade Bowen, the great state of Texas. Saturday night, and I love Saturday night. That's why I like you playing the song. Here you go.
All right.
Three. It was a Saturday night in a place packed just like this. Well, we were laughing and a dancing, man, we were having one last kiss. And there's nothing quite as lonely as a crowd when you're all alone. And there's nothing but Sunday morning waiting for me at home. Well, why does everybody love Saturday night? The smell of beer, the smoke in your eyes, and I can thinking, drinking better, sad goodbye. So tell me why is it about a soul love Saturday night? But hey, tend to throw all those drunk girls out. And don't you think that you just a little loud? Tell that couple in the car, go get a room. Hey, it's a damn good party. What was I? Well, why does everybody Saturday night smell good in the smoke in your eye? I can't think it. Better sad goodbye. So tell me why about a song Saturday night. Oh, she's out there somewhere, pretty dressed, smile in her eye. She's one of those that girl loves. That girl loves Saturday night. Yeah. Well, why does everybody love Saturday night? The stale smell of beer and the smoke in your eyes, and I can sit in thinking, drinking about her sad goodbye. So tell me, why is everybody so in love? Why is everybody so in love? Why is everybody so in love Saturday night? Oh yeah, Saturday night.
Woo! Love it!
Is it okay? Is it breaking up?
It jumps in a little bit here and there, but it could be my connection too, because you're getting hearts and people liking it. So maybe it could be my end too.
Bars.
Hopefully we'll get Mitch back on here because he's got some more awesome songs for everyone. I appreciate everybody hanging in there with us. This is always the craziness of internet.
Okay.
All right.
How's that?
We'll try that. We'll give it a go and see how it's going. I think it might be a little, hopefully audio will be a little bit better and it will catch up. So, but yeah, but anyways, okay, we'll give this a go. Like I said, thanks everybody for hanging in there with us. But just to let everybody know, if you have any questions or like you say, having trouble hear us, be sure to let us know in the chat and then we'll try to fix it. But for those of you just jumping on, Kristine Wriding, Mitch Gordon. We're here singing some tunes for you all. I am going to start with a little cover tune as well. This is actually a Florida Georgia Line song that I've liked. It's called Simple, and I just liked it because it's just got a fun, great beat to it, but kind of talking about, you know, the simple love of how things just fit together. So I'm always kind of a sucker for those kind of songs. So we'll do that one.
Nope.
Your fingers fit mine, it's 5 plus 5, not rocket science. This day and time, it's hard to find, it's true. The road we're on ain't a traffic jam, it's a sunny drive on a piece of land. It's paradise as long as I'm with you. It's just like a 1, 2, 3, just as easy as can be. Just the way you look at me, you make me smile. Ain't no need to complicate it. We both know that's overrated. We've been there, safe to say it ain't our style. It's just that simple. Yes, I am really simple as can be. Just that simple. Yes, I am really simple as can be. We used to live on Instagram, worry about all who gives a damn about where we've ended up. But I met you and you met me, and all the rest is history. An epiphany that all we need is us. It's just like 1, 2, 3, just as easy as can be. Just the way you look at me, you make me smile. Ain't no need to complicate it. We both know that's overrated. We've been there, safe to say it ain't our style. It's just that simple, like a 6-string. The way this world was meant to be, like laughing, love, and make a lot out of little. It's just that simple, yes I am really simple as can be. Just that simple, yes I am really simple as can be. No need to complicate it, we both know it's overrated. We've been there, safe to say it ain't our style. It's just like 1, 2, 3, just as easy as can be. Just the way you look at me, you make me smile. Ain't no need to complicate it. We both know that's overrated. We've been there, safe to say it ain't our style. It's just that simple, like a 6-string. The way this world was meant to be, like laugh and love, make a lot out of little. It's just that simple, yes I am really simple as can be. Just that simple, yes I am really simple as can be. Just that simple, yes I am really simple as can be. Just that simple, yes I am really simple as can be. Woo! There it is. Well, cool. Well, for those of you joining us, we kind of talked a little bit, like you say, it was hopefully the connection's better, but we met through the Midwest CMA, which, like you say, is pretty cool as you're moving around, and as Mitch does a lot of traveling and such. It's fun to meet different artists and connect, and through the internet, it's been fun to be able to connect that way, because, you know, sometimes the internet's can be a blessing and a curse, I guess.
Like, if I didn't do music, I wouldn't be on social media, and I don't know. I say that, but I don't know. I don't know if I could. I don't know. I don't know.
I hear you. Well, that's cool. Well, in the beginning, we were talking about, hey, a cover and original song. So, cool. Oh, nicely done, clapping. Cool. So I think things are working well now. But we both write songs, and I've been asking people in my previous episodes, because I always think it's interesting as a songwriter myself, like, where do you get your inspiration to write songs, or where does it come from?
Where does it come from? For me, I mean, a lot of people, you know, the whole myth and legend is behind the whole song that, you know, is the cool thing, or what I hear a lot is that people, oh man, I woke up with this idea at 2 a.m. and I sat up till 6 and I wrote this cool song. Like, for me, it's like I get a bunch of ideas, I write them down throughout time, and then I'll get one that's like really burnt my brain, and I'll just use my, like, if I'm driving, I drive for most of, well, for a part-time job, I help some motorcycles, but I drive and I'll hit my Siri button and I'll like record exactly what I have in mind and lyrics, and then I'll usually go home that night or on lunch or whatever it is. If it's a good one, it'll just write itself, for the most part. Sometimes I ask for a few buddies of mine, but man, yeah, I don't know. The inspiration for me is, I would say I'm not normal. I don't try to sit down and write each week or each night. Is, you know, sometimes I'll write 3 songs a week, and sometimes I won't write for 3 months. I don't really have that. I think I'm so busy with playing shows and maintaining a product where I don't want to sit down and stress myself out with trying to write songs, because I want to write good songs, and I know you got to write bad songs to get good songs and the whole deal. And trust me, I read a lot of bad songs. Yeah. So, but
that's cool. Well, and like you say, you have a band as well, so you do kind of a mixture of covers and originals, correct? Or
yeah, I mean, we play any shows from 45 minutes to, you know, 3 hours. You know, the bar shows and whatnot. And the guys are so so damn good, and it's so easy, and yeah, I don't know. It's a good feeling to have a bunch of good guys you can trust.
Yeah.
As a front person, you know as well as I do. Like you have a lot of things on your mind, from entertaining to singing the right song, song lyrics to, playing the right chords to, doing whatever you do to make people want to stay and watch the show. And you got to trust your band because they have a bunch of things to do too. And if they can play well and be behind you with you, not worrying about it, that's it in my eyes.
Definitely. Yeah, no, that's so true. So awesome. Well, cool. Well, would you mind playing us an original song?
Yeah, I'd love to play original songs.
Sweet.
This is
And tell us a little bit about it too.
awesome. Well, this one I wrote kind of based on our family land up here. We go to this beer joint up here and drink way too many beers when it comes to coming up north, and I love it. Shout out Toad Lake Store. You guys, on Sunday nights, go there.
All right.
And it's just about going drinking beer at a beer joint. No vodka, no hard liquor, just beer. So I wrote this.
Awesome.
And I was all proud of it, and it had like all the stuff in it that I imagined. And then I went hunting with my buddy Bronson, and I showed him, and he's like, "Oh man, we got to change this, we got to change this and this." And I'm like, "No, you're not changing this line. You can change anything else, but you're not changing this line." And we ended up changing that line. So.
Oh no.
But it was good. He's a real good songwriter, and a lot of times it's for the better. But it's hard to change it. Once you have it set in your head, it's hard to sing it or tell that story a different way. So
Yes.
anyway,
Yep.
song's called. Here you go.
All right.
If you're looking for a Cosmo, you won't find it here. And daiquiris, they're out of season any time of year. White Russians and the mules, a little foreign, you see. And no chance you find an apple. Well, down at the beer joint on Friday and Saturday night, there's a band in the corner and they're playing all night. Yes, is filling mugs, popping tops at the bar. The folks don't show, they say it's too far. Scott is singing loud and Woody's just a humming. But unless last call, it's hard to disappoint down at the old beer joint. Yeah. We've got bottles and cans, a bunch of domestic IPAs, a couple micro brews, brawlers and six packs and cases to go. You can have one here, take one for the road, one for the road. Well, down at the beer joint on Friday and Saturday night, there's a band in the corner and they're playing all night. Yes, it's filling mugs, popping tops at the bar. The city folks don't show, they say it's too far. Scott is singing loud and Woody's just a humming. But on this last call, it's hard to disappoint down at the old beer joint. Now, if you don't like beer, our back room has got you covered. With a recipe I stole from my grandma's cupboard. Well, some call it corn liquor now, and some call it moonshine. Why don't you get yourself a snip and we'll have a good time? Well, down at the beer joint on Friday, Saturday night, there's a band in the corner and they're playing all night. Miss is filling mugs, popping tops at the bar now. The city folks don't show, say it's too far. Scott is singing loud, Woody's just a humming. But unless this last call, it's hard to disappoint down at the old beer joint. But unless it's last call, man, it's hard to disappoint down at the old beer joint. There you go. I guess my dad.
Woo! Love it.
I'm not like look at myself or you. It's just awkward.
It is a little different, isn't it? Yep. You're doing a great job. So I guess like everybody's virtually. So as long as you're looking at the screen or wherever, you're good to go.
You look better than me, so we're good. We're all good.
Oh no. Well, it's the whole thing of having to be a girl, you know, or country music. It always seems like, oh, we gotta make sure that we, you know, curl our hair, look good, and
when the guys roll out of the van, we just gotta put on a new pair of clothes.
Yeah.
Hat.
There you go. Yep, just like you say, baseball cap, cowboy hat, either one, you're good to go.
Perfect. Yeah.
Awesome.
Am I supposed
we had a question.
Oh, you got me. Oh, okay, go ahead. Your deal.
Oh, no, I was just going to say, they were saying where you're from, and it's Minnesota, correct? Or are you?
Like Minnesota.
Okay, yep, so awesome. So that is, somebody said something else, and I wanted to make sure I had the states right, because I'm originally from Minnesota, but I know with the Midwest CMA, it kind of encompasses Minnesota, Wisconsin, Iowa, like the whole Midwest. So I didn't want to put you in a state that you're not a part of.
Join Kayla's on here, and cool. All right, awesome. Yeah, I was dealing with the comments earlier, and I screwed up the screen, and I was fighting to get back when you were playing. So
I that's what happens to me too, and it stinks for you because you're on the bottom, so it scrolls over your face.
Awesome. So you can play song, or what? You can ask me questions.
Yeah, I can play another song. I'll do an original as well, but just to let everybody know, if you're liking what you're hearing, you can find all of our music. You have stuff on Spotify, correct, Mitch?
Yeah, Spotify and iTunes. Yep, anywhere you get your music.
Awesome. So Mitch Gordon Band, be sure to check that out and look us up. Kristine Wriding as well. Go to Spotify, go to iTunes. You can purchase it on iTunes, download, stream on Spotify, all that good stuff. So that is just putting that out there if you're liking. And Mitch, I know, has got a bunch of great YouTube videos too, so be sure to check those out. But I'm going to do an original song as well. This is called A Night Like This. And as I said, I grew up in Minnesota, and so I always loved the summer nights that were just the crisp, cool nights, and it was just gorgeous. I grew up on a farm as well with horses, and we'd have deer out in our pasture and the horses, and just like you say, nighttime bonfires and just sitting around enjoying life. And I came home one summer a couple of years ago, and we were having just a beautiful night, and I was like, gosh, I miss nights like this. And then I was like, oh, that would be a really good song. So that's where this song came from. It's called A Night Like This, and you can find it on my YouTube channel as well. I did a music video, and you can kind of see a glimpse of my hometown as well as the farm I grew up on. So that's always kind of cool. But
yeah, like share these YouTube videos with, not just on social media, but like share them with your friends when you're drinking at a house party or something like that. You know, it goes a long ways, because some of my favorite YouTube videos are ones that I watch over and over and over and over again. And the one I'm watching right now is this Charlie Worsham thing with singing Dixie Avenue with Old Crow Medicine Show, man. And then like I showed my bandit, I've showed like all these other people it, and I'm like, look at this, like it's so cool. So like help us original guys out and show somebody about it, because it goes a long way.
Definitely, that's very good advice. Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
That's fantastic. All right, here we go. This big city life has got a hold on me, trapped between the walls of heat and concrete. Climbing that ladder to what the world calls success. I remember the time I was happier with less. wears my cheek. Hear the sound of water dancing down the old crippled creek. This is where I was born and raised. It's in my blood, my DNA. It will always be the biggest part of me. There's place to renew my soul, family and friends to make me whole. It calms my troubled mind and brings me peace. On a night like this, my life feels easy, and I understand who I am deeply. A night like this, I wish I could bottle up and take with me and hold on to these memories of this place that shaped me. On a night like this, so love what you have before life teaches you to love what you've lost. Love what you have and hold on to yourself, no matter the cost. 'Cause on a night like this, life feels easy. I understand who I am deeply. A night like this, I wish I could bottle up and take with me, hold on to these memories of this place that shaped me. And on a night like this, on a night like this.
Woo!
Thank you.
Right there.
So yeah, talking about home there and everything, and it's always a good place to be, is coming home and around people you love. So.
It's everybody's got their place that they want to go to. And when I was loading up my ATV today, and you know, we winterized this place where I'm at right now for the winter and family cabin, and it's like, man, it's like the first of many trips all the way till December of coming up here, and just, man, I love it up here, and going back home, you know, for you is probably the same way. So where did you grow up? What town?
Chisago City.
35 there. Okay. So how long
Yep.
in Carolina?
Say again?
How long have you been down south for?
Oh, let's see. We've been in North Carolina for about a year now. So kind of move a little bit everywhere because my husband's military. So we find ourselves all over the nation.
I didn't know that. Congratulations for him. That's awesome.
Thank you. Yeah. So that's always why I'm in a different area, it seems like, but always find my way either back home in Minnesota or down to Nashville to do some recording of albums or songwriting. So
Well, you're not far from it. So
exactly. Yeah, that's a good thing. So cool. Well, I want to remind everybody, too, who's watching, if you're enjoying what you're hearing, Mitch and I are sharing a virtual tip jar tonight. And so if you'd like to tip us for our performances, just like a live thing, you can go to either one of our profiles, Instagram profiles, by clicking our names and click the link in our bio, and you're able to tip that way. So it's not required, but always appreciated. So just wanted to throw it out there for y'all. If you like what you hear, feel free to send something our way. But like I say, not required, but appreciated. So anyways, moving on. Do you have either another original song for us, or do you want to do a cover? It doesn't matter. Whatever you feel like playing for us, we'll enjoy.
I'll play some original music for you.
Sweet.
Here's probably one of my more well-known songs. It's called $1 Goodbye. And this song, when I wrote this song, when you write songs, you kind of write them for yourself and whatnot, and what you want to be able to put them on an album someday, and you find a bunch of stuff to record, go in the studio, and you get your butt kicked just because you're in the studio. And this song's raised money for kids with cancer, and with my buddy's house that burnt down and whatnot, and thought it's $1, and it's about the middle class to the poor, the lower class to the high class people. And it all comes down to, it all spends the same, and it's all means something to somebody. So it's pretty cool. Here you go. Fancy sports cars, county wheel, big old belt buckle made with gold and not steel. Dressed to lines, all that money can buy, just $1 get back. Got a big diamond ring, she drinks wine by the glass. He said top dollar whiskey, I high class. VIP all coat and tie, and it's just $1, you can kiss it and get it back. I said some people spend money like it's going out of style. Some people like us save it up for a while. And it's just $1, you can kiss it goodbye. You can't take it with you when you die. A bag full of seed, a worn out planter, a cracked few lines, a rusted red tractor, a hand-me-down field all dusty and all dry. And it's just $1, you can kiss it and get it back. So this last verse is band sometimes gets frustrated when I break it down and tell my stories. But this last verse is one of my dad's friends that he played guitar, and he said he wrote a song called Toodaloo to You, and he rode around this regular cab pickup truck and short box Chevrolet all the time. He came over to our house one day before I was thought of in the family, because I was the whoops, and true story. And he told my brother to go get the guitar on the back of the truck, and he couldn't find it anywhere in the cab, so he went to the back of the truck and he found a Martin guitar floating around the back of the pickup truck box. No case on it. And he brought it inside and he said, "Hey Benny, I think you should put a case on the Martin." He said, "It's guitar, son." So this one goes out to Benny. Here you go. He had scratched up sunglasses, new flannel shirts, that old Martin guitar, strings covered all in dirt. He's sure like a new one, but the prices are high, and it's just $1, you can kiss it goodbye. I said some people spend money like it's going out of style. Some people like us save it up for a while. It's just $1, you can kiss it goodbye. You can't take it with you when you die. Yep. I said some people spend money like it's going out of style. And some people like us save it up for a while. And it's just $1, you can kiss it goodbye. Hell, you can't take it with you when you die. Lord, you can't take it with you when you die. When you die.
Nice. I love that one. Very cool. Now, do you have that one available, like you say, because you on either YouTube or Spotify or?
Yeah, it's on our second album, and it's all over social media stuff. So Spotify, Amazon, iTunes, whatever you want. We have a Grizzly Cool session video of that on our YouTube as well.
Sweet, sweet. Well, be sure to look that up, everybody, because yeah, I love that. I love that hook too. You can't, the Sorry, I forgot the kiss it goodbye. It's
With
can't take it with you. Sorry, I had like a million other things going around in my head, and I was like, oh my gosh, how did I just forget the hook because I loved it?
people, like, you know, I just, think about this as far as like, you moving around with your husband. That takes a lot of mental like stability, and I don't know if I could do that. As far as moving here, moving there, and I respect you for that. That's a tough thing to do, but a lot of people just have that that free soul to like can't take it with you. Let's just do it. Who cares?
Yep.
So that's
Yep. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, no, it is. It's always, I think it's your mindset of looking at it as an adventure or, like you say, the good in it versus because it can get stressful, but you take the good over the bad.
how stressful you want to make it is the thing.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. So speaking of like other things other than music, I have seen that you've been doing a podcast about hunting and fishing, correct?
Yeah, it's my bad addiction, I call it. Uh,
Awesome. Yeah, tell us about it.
I love the outdoors, and that's just the thing. Like once it comes fall, I mean, even not even just fall. I mean, that's the main reason for this radio show and podcast. I actually went to, long story short, I went to a radio interview for my music through Quebec 95.5 up in Bram. So where you kind of are from, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Mhm.
And met the happy trucker himself, Sean, from my buddy Bronson, and Papa Bear Norton, and we just chatted. And it was me and my fiance. We were supposed to. We didn't see each other for like, I'm sure you do the same thing, but like, sometimes we don't see each other even when we live with each other. We haven't seen each other for 7-8 days, And I said, let's just go, come to this interview with me, and it'd be good. And we'll get dinner. She's like, okay, sounds good. She's all happy and everything's good. And we went there. I said, the interview's gonna last an hour, and we sat there for an hour. And he's like, you know what? You're a pretty cool dude. You want to stay for a few more hours? I was like,
Oh no.
yeah, sure. All right, let's do that. So we were there for 4 hours, and we just got talking about outdoors and stuff. And I said, I'd love to do a podcast someday about the outdoors. And he's like, man, my radio show needs a podcast with outdoors. And I'm like, okay. So I like hemmed and hawed about it for a little bit. And I thought, you know what, screw it, I'm going to try it. So yeah, I think we've got just shy of 300 listeners on the first 7 episodes. And it's okay. It's going to take a long time to build, but we talk about the nitty gritty of not just the hunting story, but what you're using and tactics. And man, there's endless conversation, and it's a pretty cool avenue to get my mind away from music a little bit. And that sounds like a bad thing, but sometimes it's a really good thing for my brain. So
It is. It is. And where can we find the podcast then to listen in and follow you?
yeah, once again, all social media platforms, so like Spotify, iTunes, podcast. If you hit the subscribe button, just like you hit YouTube subscribe buttons for us musicians, it'll pop up when we post new videos or new, any kind of new material. So it's a cool avenue. And one thing that Sean said, he said, oh, I want somebody to stick with it and not just do 5, 6, 7 episodes and call it quits. So there's a lot of cool things in store. And if you want to be on the show and talk about your story or what you do, shoot me a message.
Cool. Awesome. Yeah. No, that, and it's called Racks and Reels,
Yeah.
Right?
Good. You did your work.
Yeah. Well, I follow you, like you say, on Instagram and everything, and I've seen it. I was like, that's really neat. I love it. So.
It's pretty cool and whatnot, but it's something that, like I say, I'm a kind of person that I need to stay busy, and I was raised that way, and I think that's like the devil inside of me sometimes. Like, but man, I love staying busy, and you can ask my fiance, man. I'm right now, especially I don't really want to talk about it at all what the situation is, but I'm living a whole new life these last 60 some days. Like I'm up, I hooked up some part-time jobs and whatnot, and I'm staying super busy that way. And I'm up at like 5:15, 5:20 without an alarm, and I'm like, man, why am I up this early? But like I go about the day, and I come home, I do stuff around home, and cut trees, do stuff on the lawn, and it's like 9:30, and it's like, okay, now I'm out cold, so like I stay busy the whole day long, and it's just a whole new life for me. But I love staying busy, and adding the podcast on top of that is it's such another thing, for me to keep trucking and keep my mind off things. So
Definitely. That's cool. Well, awesome. Well, like you say, everybody watching, be sure to look us all up on social medias and podcast. Let's see. Sorry, there was two questions. One, Kelsey had asked if you could live without, which one would you rather live without, the internet or phone?
Internet or phone? Man, I suck. I love both of those.
Oh, no.
Probably live without the internet. I could do that. I like talking to my friends too much, so.
Yeah, I agree. At least the phone, like you say, you can still talk and have the connection. Internet would be a little bit harder, but yeah, I think not being able to talk would stink.
Plan a party without like, I know people did it. My brothers did it and stuff, but like, it'd be like, yeah, I'm coming at this time, and this is the time. It won't be like, hey, you still having that party tonight? You just show up, right?
Right, yeah. It'd be crazy. So, well, cool. And looking at the time, because Instagram kicks us off in an hour, so I think we got enough time for like one more song each. So I'll sing a song, and then if you want to wrap us up, so be thinking of a song you'd like to wrap us up with. But I saw Bob had mentioned too. He said, "Oh, you could talk about growing up on a farm and horses on the podcast." Gotcha. So yeah, that would be fun sometime to, like you say, jump on and we could play some music and talk and have a good time. So
absolutely. No, I appreciate you having me on. I appreciate the message, and I didn't do any of these Facebook things. I said yes to a couple of them, and that's about it. And I don't know. It's hard for me to engage on this digital stuff. So.
Yeah, it can be, and so that's why I'm glad that you did say yes, because it's fun. It's hard when you're kind of by yourself too, and you're like, so it's nice to actually have another person to be able to talk with versus just a screen.
Bob Booth, I was like, hey, how you doing? Oh, and then I'm like, oh, she seems a pretty cool person. All right, let's do that.
Sweet.
We met in 2 minutes, so it was cool.
Cool. Awesome.
Go ahead.
Well, I'm going to wrap up with this song. This is another original song, and it's called Someday. And so I think pretty much anybody who, like you say, has a dream or is chasing something that they're really passionate about can relate to this song, because throughout your journey of going after a dream, there can be a lot of doubters, but if you kind of just keep your head up and keep going, and my attitude is someday I'm going to get there, so y'all don't worry, don't worry about what I'm doing, because someday you'll see me up there, and it's just kind of a good song to be like, keep going, doing what you're doing, because someday y'all going to get there. So
somebody.
Exactly, yep. Here we go. Well, I may not know where this path may be leading, but I'm gonna get there someday. There are people who say the grass is greener if I just follow their ways. But I'm as stubborn as hell, learn to fight for myself, not give a damn what others may say. I've traveled a long road, it may take me longer, but I'm gonna get there someday. Someday, yeah, yeah. Someday, yeah, yeah. Someday, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna get there someday. Dreams, they are big, but my faith is bigger, and I'm gonna get there someday. There are people, on him I am leaning, and I keep believing and work through the trials and the change. I learn from mistakes, try to rise above the pain and the fears that constantly replay. They think I'm foolish, that I just can't do this, but I'm gonna get there someday. Someday, yeah, yeah. Someday, yeah, yeah. Someday, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna get there someday. smile, 'cause I told you someday I'd get where I'm going. I had fears not knowing, but pushed through, did it anyways. Paid a lot of heavy tolls to achieve this goal, 'cause to win you can't play it safe. Didn't do this on my own. There are those greatly who believe when I told them someday, someday, yeah, yeah, someday, yeah, yeah, someday, yeah, 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 I'm gonna get there someday. It is.
Good. I like that one. Upbeat. Someday.
Yep, someday. So,
You have that?
well, cool. Well, oh, go ahead.
You have that one recorded?
I do. Yep. So that one is recorded on my most recent country album. So you can find that on Spotify and iTunes, all that good stuff. So again, just to remind everybody, be sure to follow Mitch Gordon Band on all the social medias, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram. You can like us right now. And Kristine Wriding, that's me. And if you'd like to tip us for our performances tonight, you can just click our names in the upper corner and yep, and click the link in our bios and you're able to tip us. We're splitting the tips tonight. So yeah, it's all good. It all goes to the same place. So no matter who you tip, we're putting it together and splitting it up. So just to let y'all know that, we're going to wrap up with one more song before Instagram kicks us off. So Mitch, what do you got for us?
How about a true story about a breaking up with a woman on my birthday, or taking a girl fishing and doing some kissing?
Ooh, that's tough.
It is.
Well, let's do the fishing and kissing. That one sounds fun.
Oh, rated P. All right. So I wrote this song, and it's kind of based on a true story. I took my girl I'm gonna marry fishing one time, and I made one mistake on that fishing trip, was telling my dad where I was going fishing, and he showed up at the same spot as we were. And so we were listening to some country music, and I said, you know this song? She said, nope. I'm like, this is George Strait. And then another song came on, and I believe it was a Randy Travis song, and I said, do you know this song? And she goes, nope. And I just thought, this ain't gonna work. Nope, not gonna work. So we got back and started cleaning the fish, and she took the knife from me and started cleaning out the fish, and I thought, well, you know how to clean fish, we can deal with the country music thing. So I'm slowly teaching her, and I don't know how long it's been now, but here you go. Well, she had her own rod, she had her own reel, a couple daredevils that she got for a steal. She stole the tackle box from her old man, had a bunch of night crawlers and an old tin can. She had her flip-flops on and her life vest, hair band hanging down to her chest, tackle in her left, the pole in her right. I picked her up early on the dark of daylight. Well, and I want to kiss, she wants to fish. I really didn't think it'd end up like this. I got a hook stuck in my finger, she's caught 5, and 2 nice bass and 3 walleye. I caught her by surprise, man, I leaned on in, man, and I can't wait till I can do it all again. Sure do love fishing and kissing. Well, I was distracted, I didn't know how to feel. I lost my bait on a snag, got a knot in my reel, knocked the keys to my truck right off the seat. It sank to the bottom like a chunk of concrete. Well, she caught a limit, say about 7 o'clock, and I pulled up that anchor, hit back to that dock, right off the boat. She looked at me, well, that girl, she gave me a kiss and a fast spare key. Well, and I want to kiss, want to kiss. Well, it didn't think it'd end up like this. The hook stuck in my finger. She's caught 5 and 2 nice bass and 3 walleye. I caught her by surprise, man. I leaned on in. I can't wait till I can do it all again. Sure do love fishing and kissing. Oh. All right. Well, I had her home right before curfew, and I gave her one last smooch. Well, thank you. I was nervous to ask. See it in my face. She said, pick me up tomorrow, same time, same place. Well, and I want to kiss. She wants to fish. Really didn't think it'd end up like this. I got a hook stuck in my finger. She's caught 5, 2 nice bass and 3 walleye. I caught her by surprise, man. I leaned on it. I can't wait till I can do it all again. Sure do love, man. I sure do love. Yes, I love fishing and kissing.
Love that. It's funny because my husband loves to fish too, so I can totally see the whole scenario playing out. Is that I'm sure that was probably our first experience, him taking me fishing and him going, what is going on? She doesn't know what she's doing. And
You like to kiss? I don't know. Don't tell me. Don't tell me.
yeah. So, well, awesome. Well, like I said, we'll wrap things up here before Instagram kicks us off. But I appreciate everybody who joined us tonight. Like I say, be sure to follow us on our social medias. And Mitch, do you have an email list that people sign up for?
I don't, actually. It's one thing I don't.
Okay.
Is that old school?
I have one, so you can go to my website and sign up for the riding club. So yeah, but it's always a good thing. You can kind of keep in contact, but you post all your stuff on social, so no matter where you're playing, you can find out where you are, right?
Yes, absolutely. Go check out MitchGordonBand.com. All our dates are on there. We don't have any dates right now, unfortunately, but props to you. We never touched on the whole thing, you know, the whole situation that's going on. Perfect for me because I'm really frustrated about it. So, but anyway, I really appreciate you having me on too. I really appreciate the message, and I'm really sorry I was a bad communicator on the whole thing right away. So, I apologize.
Oh no, no, you're not supposed to say that because no, and you weren't. It was all good. It was like you say, there's so much going on in the world. It's hard to keep up with everything and doing. But I'm glad that we were able to do this, and hope everybody enjoyed it as well. So
awesome. Sounds good.
Cool. Well, you have a good rest of your night, and like I say, be sure to follow Mitch Gordon Band and Kristine Wriding, y'all, and stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll see you next time.
Good. Thanks, Kristine. See ya.
Yep, no problem. We'll see you.